Right, so over the last few days, I've seen many praise the iPhone SE3's battery life, and so I thought, hey, why not join in on the fun and give you guys a battery life update on the SE3 after a week of use. And spoiler alert, it's not been too great. Right, so delving into the settings page, you can see I was already analyzing the battery life. And by the way, in case you're wondering, I do have Wi-Fi and also my SIM in this because this was my main phone for the last few days. And so when I'm out and about, I do have a mix of 4G and 5G speeds. But anyways, as you can see, the last 24 hours gave me 4 hours of screen on time. And that's not great. I expect 6 hours of screen on time from any smartphone, and so this is way below that. However, let's delve in further and see the last 7 days. So obviously the first few days you can see usage was pretty low. I was getting 1 hour of screen on time and I wasn't really depleting the battery, and that was because I just did not like using the screen. The screen is way too tiny for watching content, and I watch a ton of YouTube on my phone. So yeah, that was not great, but of course for the last few days I've been trying to push this phone and deplete the battery life to test it, of course, and give you guys a verdict. Now, many might notice that today's SOT, 1 hour 41 minutes, with 74% of battery life left, is pretty decent. However, I do want to mention there is a massive issue with the SE that is presented in my other days of use. So as you can see, I have 2 hours of screen off time because I listen to music on my phone quite a lot, and that drained a whopping 26% of battery life, as you can see there. And that's pretty bad, I can't lie, because comparing this to the regular iPhone 12, not the Pro Max I have, just the bog standard 12, that used 11% of its battery life for 3 hours of Spotify in the background. This, with 2 hours, used more than double. What? That's absolutely wild to me, and I saw the battery draining really fast as I use Spotify. Now yes, I totally understand that Spotify is a third-party app. Apple Music, I'm sure, is going to be better on this phone in terms of battery usage, but do remember I download my music and keep everything offline, so this is not using cellular or Wi-Fi to stream the music, it's all off the phone, and so I'm surprised audio playback has been pretty bad. And by the way, the other apps I used are very typical stuff: social media, a bit of hot UK deals because I'm looking for those deals all the time, and also Subway Surfers, a very basic game. So yeah, I don't know why Spotify has managed to wreck the battery life on this phone. And yeah, the day before that was also pretty similar. So yes, battery drain with music is a major con for the SE, and this is also on Apple's website. Taking a look at the audio playback on the SE3, you can see it falls behind in a massive way to other iPhones, and that's why I would recommend most get the 10R or the 11, because you get 15 more hours of audio playback on those phones, and that's going to be a massive benefit. Since number one, Spotify is pretty popular, but also 2 hours of audio playback does not seem like a lot, and I'm sure many of you guys also listen to music in a very similar amount. And so yeah, this is a major con for me. So my conclusion is this: if you're like this and you don't have much screen off time, and it's mainly screen on time usage you do with your phone, the SE3 should be fine. I'm seeing 6 hours of usage, and I'll post an update of my usage today with minimal screen off time, but I'm expecting it to be pretty good. However, in day-to-day use in the real world, many of us are going to have a combination of screen on time and screen off time, and so the massive battery drain from screen off time, especially when listening to music, is a drawback. Like, I do like the size, and I could somewhat live with the screen, but the battery life being this bad means that I can't use this phone as my daily driver ever. However, I do want to say that according to Apple's battery stats on their site, which are pretty accurate, this does have 10 more hours of audio playback over the SE2, so if your SE2 struggles when listening to music, the SE3 might be a nice upgrade. However, I do think the 10R or the 11 are much better buys for much better battery life. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Obviously things can improve, so I'll let you guys know if anything changes and if the SE3 magically becomes a battery beast, though I doubt that. But anyways, tell me in the comments below if you have any questions about the battery life on this device. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya, peeps.